Hello, listeners of the Stories Philippines podcast. This is your host, Paul, and tonight I have a peculiar tale to share. A tale of unexplained sounds and sights sent in by a listener named Jeff, now known as Mang Jeff from Tarlac. His experience is one that might just leave you with more questions than answers. It was in the wee hours of a 2019 February morning, precisely at 2:38 a.m., when Mang Jeff was roused from his sleep by an odd, high-pitched noise. Imagine a choir of whistles, each one singing a note higher than the last. Even though he was wide awake, Mang Jeff didn't immediately open his eyes. It's hard to say whether he chose to keep them shut to focus on the strange sounds, or if, maybe, he couldn't open them at all. But what's certain is this: with his eyes closed, Mang Jeff saw a dazzling light show behind his eyelids, bright colors and moving shapes that danced to the tune of those eerie sounds. Each new note brought a change in the pattern, as if the visuals and the music were partners in a cosmic ballet. After less than 10 seconds, the performance ended. Mang Jeff opened his eyes, sat up, and listened. Silence. Both the sound and the light show were gone, as if they'd never been there at all. Understandably spooked, he felt a strong urge to check the house, to find the source of his midnight concert, or perhaps to reassure himself everything was okay. He double-checked the doors, scoured the house for any disturbances, and peered out the front window. But no, everything was as it should be. He took a trip to the bathroom, perhaps to splash water on his face or to ponder the nature of his wake-up call. Then, back to bed he went, where he calmed his jangled nerves and eventually drifted back to sleep. Since that night, Mang Jeff has had one other brief encounter with these unexplained sensations. But the memory and impact of the first experience lingered much stronger. Listeners, the lesson tonight is that some experiences in our lives are like puzzles with pieces we can't seem to find. While we search for answers, sometimes all we can do is accept that there are mysteries beyond our understanding. Be open to the wonders and the unknowns of the world, but always remember to ground yourself in the reality you know. Thank you for tuning in with me, your host, Paul, on this episode of the Stories Philippines podcast. Keep an ear out for the extraordinary, but don't let it shake your sense of peace. Until next time, remember that not every question has an answer, and not every mystery needs solving. Good night, and may your dreams be undisturbed by unexplained sounds and sights.